Okay, I guess I'm live right now. I've never gone live before, so this is it. I don't know. I don't know what's happening or what's going to happen. Like I get the concept of being live, but I ain't never just showed up as live. So here we are. But I wanted to start. I wanted to get going. I wanted to actually show up. And for a long time, I struggled with that. Struggled with just showing up because there were always so many questions about how and what will I do and how will it be? What will it look like? I'm someone that struggled with many interests. And oftentimes when you have a lot of interests and everything is important or everything seems to matter or everything seems connected, then it can be hard to figure out how to go forward, like what can be a first step. So for a long time I've been feeling like live streaming might be the way to go for me, or the way for me to show up as myself just fully. And even right now, like as this is happening in real time, I'm processing and might be overthinking it. And so, you know what? Forget that. Let me just be myself. So you can see in real time what it's like to kind of just step out and do something that you just have never done before. But here we go. My name is Josiah. And for a long time, I have been making efforts in the field of performing arts, whether it be with music or writing in different ways, or even acting in different ways. Just creating. I love to create. What else am I interested in? I'm interested in fashion in some ways. You know, shoes. I wear them. I like to put them on my feet, so that's cool. Going barefoot is fine too, but whatever. And I love sports. I love food. I'm not a foodie per se. I don't know that I qualify for that, but I have a deep appreciation for food and an interest in learning more about that, even learning to cook more, or like how to cook, how to prepare meals in ways that are more taught like professionally. I don't see myself as wanting to be a chef or own a restaurant or anything like that, but I especially love to bake. And so those are some of my interests. Also have interest in language learning. I've wanted to be like a polyglot. I don't even know if that's how you say it. Polyglot. That's only that's the only like pronunciation that's coming to mind for for right now. So love to be like a polyglot, or someone who is able to at least have conversational speaking ability with different places, or amongst different people of different cultures and things of that nature. And so now I'm trying to narrow that down, and I will most likely be focusing on Korean. I've especially also wanted to learn Spanish. Portuguese is related, but I would save that for later. But I also started learning Chinese. That's actually what came first for me. Learning Chinese in high school. Now I say learning, but really it was like I learned it and learned some things, keywords, some, and then forgot all. So I don't know much of anything, even with Korean. And I hope that I don't butcher this. I only remember like a handful of words, and it's been a long journey with that language in terms of just interest and wanting to learn and effort, taking steps to learn, but procrastination, busyness, too much time in between sessions or whatever. Basically, let's just say I'm at the beginning because I only know a handful, 감사합니다 or 알았어, things like that, right? But just a handful of things. So I'm not. At an intermediate level with any other language. Even with English, I honestly, I speak it, but if I had to take like an exam, I don't know that I would get every question right, especially when it comes to grammar. But that's that. But essentially, man, I just wanted to start in this moment. it's very surreal for me because I'm trying to essentially let go of the walls that would be there and process this in real time, like the walls that would be there whenever a camera comes on. I think for people who create, they might encounter this where when the camera's off, you're good, but then as soon as that camera comes on, something switches, and it could be a hindrance to you where you're starting to consider how do I show up? What do I look like? What are my hands doing? What's my face doing? All of these things that you might consider when you know that whatever is being recorded is going to be viewed by other people, and then all of a sudden you basically just start judging yourself, and I don't want to judge myself. I ultimately want to be able to create a space where myself and whoever joins along is able to be themselves and to see that you, as you are beautiful. You beautiful. You're gorgeous. You are worth it. You're valuable. I want people to be able to see that and to know that, to feel that. And so as I am taking this step, it's important for me to let the scales fall off, or oh, I don't know if that's the right analogy to use, scales, but let it fall. Let the layers of judgment just fall off and be myself. And honestly, typically I would go into the situation with much more of like a plan. I did jot some things down just to kind of get some thoughts out of my head onto, I was about to say paper. That's a phone. Get it out of my mind so that way I wouldn't be thinking about it too much. But that's also something that's new for me. Um, at least in terms of how I would typically go about something. But ironically, I tend to be most comfortable when I am improv, when I am able to relax and just go with what's in front of me and freestyle based off of what's in front of me. And so if you're still watching up to this point, hey, wow, I want to say thank you because what did I say in these last, I don't know, like it's been like 7 minutes. What did I say anytime back there that was like worth it? I, I don't know. I feel like I'm I'm literally just trying to figure out what showing up would be like for me. But you know what? Okay, to be real, this is a moment to show up. And I started out by saying that, but really what I mean is if you feel similar in the sense that it's hard to start something, it's hard to know where to start, it's hard to find the courage to start and just press the start button, if you will, like metaphorically, then I would hope this would be some encouragement to you. That is possible when you realize that you are the code, like you are what needs to show up. I think one of the main things that hindered me in the past in a lot of different areas of my life was always trying to compare myself to other people and take on their life journey and their plan and apply it to myself and say, okay, well, I'm going to do the same thing, or that's the way that it has to be done. Especially if you search any search engine, you're going to find a lot of how to's. And I've titled this video like how to start, but it's not because I think that there's one way to start, or it's not because I think that I have mastered the way to start. It's really just me trying to encourage you that there are multiple ways, infinite ways to begin. But one of the main things to consider is yourself, like who you are. And when you show up, I feel like you can then see the way forward in a easier way, a clearer way, and be able to express yourself authentically, like fully. Yeah. And so I hope that if you come across this, you're able to gain some sort of courage from that. Uh yes. Do I want to say anything else? Because I want to do more live videos. I want to show up. I want to do some reactions. I want to do some other things where we can express ourselves interest wise, or you can join along if you also share certain interests, and that could be cool. But I think it was important for me to to at least start and to show up. And so here I am. Yeah, this is me. And eventually I look forward to meeting you, whoever you are, if you ever come across this. And if you find this like years later, welcome. You're welcome. Welcome here. Join along wherever we are. I am later, down the line. I look forward to that. But it was really important for me to start. So again, if I could sum it up, you the code. You are the answer that you're looking for. It's within you. In your heart. Search your heart. Relax, calm down, and see what is it that you want. And maybe as something that could also be encouraging. Sorry, my hand was doing its own thing. Maybe something else that could be encouraging for you is to think, what are the things that I typically say, man, I wish I could just blank, or in an ideal scenario, I would, you know, like, oh, if it could just be like this, that might be the path. Because for years, I've dismissed those types of thoughts. I put them on the back burner. I've said, oh, well, that's not likely, or I haven't seen it. Therefore, I just subconsciously decide not to focus on it, or not to give it any validity because I haven't seen it done. But if it's within you, perhaps it's just for you to do. Like perhaps it's meant for you to be the one to do the thing. Yeah. So as you watch me, if you watch this, I'm processing in real time, trying to figure out what the heck just happened. What did I say? Did I say anything? I don't know. But I want this to be a safe space and be kind. So don't come at me with rudeness. I would hope that that's not the case. But no, for real, don't do that. I want this to be a safe space. I want people to feel like, oh, I can come here and feel loved. You know what I'm saying? If you need a hug, here we go. Mm, hug to you. And honestly, I want you, whenever encountering something that I'm a part of, to walk away from it feeling better about yourself, or feeling like you had um, some thought provoking moments, or like you just were able to laugh and to just relax, or to get your mind off of something. So, whatever your mind is stuck on, it ain't supposed to be stuck on, we want to unstuck you. That, and this is live. Why did I say that? That don't even unstuck. I don't know what that means. It's not English. And look, I call myself trying to learn other languages. English might not even be something that I should not include in my language learning. Perhaps I should also still be trying to learn English, because what? What did I just say? And even in that moment, what is happening? The fact that this is weird. This is wild. The fact that something is recording you and you're not just gonna go back and edit. Wow. That's crazy. That's that's something. And in today's world, man, there's hyper exposure in so many different ways. But I hope that this is a good thing, that you get something good out of this. Uh, but no, in seriousness, I'm gonna go ahead and close this time. But I want to say, I hope that you have gained some sort of encouragement from this. And come back for more. Like stick around for more. Come back for more. Yeah, it's online. You can like just type in YouTube, and then when I pop up, you'll be back. So come back for more, and we're gonna see what happens. Yeah, I think that's it. All right. Well, that's it. I guess I just say bye at this point. Bye bye.